Welcome again. So let's continue. Um, what we want to do now is we want to establish which texture we want to use for our emissive color. And in this case, I want perhaps the green one for our emissive. So let's just get a multiply and hook the emissive, the green into the emissive. And again, we want to be able to control this green texture or the emissive color of our material in our particle system. So just grab a particle color and we need to hook this one here. And this way we can control the particle color inside of our particle effect, inside Cascade or Niagara or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But now probably we want our red texture to be the opacity. So we multiply it over here, we put it on the opacity, and we need to hook the alpha over here. Okay, that's perfect. That's the most basic things. Now, with that out of the way, we need to start working on the blue texture, which is our gradient. We want to grab a power node, and plug it here. You can preview it over this. And I'll explain a little bit more after we're done with the setup. But we want to multiply this by a noise. So just grab a multiply, hook it here, and this is where our texture comes, right? Just hook our texture here, perfect. And then we need to multiply this by our emissive. So here, and our emissive, this is this, and here. Okay, this is fine. So let me see. Let's test this. Let's test it out on a material instance. So hold S and type opacity and hook it here. Set a default value of 1 and click apply. So we go back. Oh, I didn't erase this. So right click material instance and enter on it. And you can see that our opacity is here, right? Our parameter. Just start sliding it down so you can see how it is working, right? This opacity is being or is controlling the blue texture, the gradient. We're making it appear or disappear. Oh, that's too much. And that's helping us make a dissolving effect for our texture. But it is too soft. We need to do some things. So back to here. Maybe we need to make this noise a little brighter and maybe make it so it moves. So hold P, left click, so you grab a panner and also grab a texture coordinate. Okay, great. And first, let's make it pan in any random direction. We can obviously test it out, right? You can already see it moving over here. That's good. And we want to make this perhaps smaller. So on this texture coordinate, let's just type maybe 2.3 and 2.3. You can already see it is smaller, so it means there's more noise. You can actually preview it over here. Okay, that's giving it a little bit more of variation. That's not bad. But again, this is perhaps a little bit too soft. So let's crank up the intensity. So hold M for multiply, and we put it here. So we are multiplying this whole, well, these 3 nodes by 3 or here, or 4, you know. And that is cranking up intensity. What about 20? Yeah, that's looking way closer to what we want. So we save this and let's see. So this is our instance and we're moving it around. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to explain to you a little bit of what is going on here. Again, as you can see, this opacity parameter is controlling our blue gradient. So if we lower it or raise it, you can see how it disappears or appears. And this happens because of this. So again, our red texture is being hooked to this multiply right on the opacity. So our red texture is being used for the opacity and it's also multiplied by the alpha of the particle color. Perfect. The green one is being the emissive multiplied by the you get it? And then this emissive is also being multiplied by this gradient, right? And how can I illustrate this better? Okay, let's do it maybe like this, strategy node. So we have two nodes being multiplied here. Our emissive, which is just this symbol texture, and the gradient, right? This is a combination of both. This cloudy noise with this symbol. And what we're doing here, and what is making us be able to control when it appears or disappears, is this node, this parameter that we just created. With this one, we can control if we want to see this blue texture or not. And if we do not want to see it, then the emissive is being multiplied by nothing, so nothing appears, right? And so imagine that instead of the power node, we did this. So let's just put this aside. Let's just say that this opacity is being multiplied by just a parameter. Okay, again, this is another opacity. Okay, you know that if you put a higher number or a lower number than 1, you can make it go more transparent or more intense, right? Just like we did over here. We put a 20 and it cranked up the intensity by a lot, right? So if we, for example, put 0 here, this blue texture is multiplied by 0, and that makes it appear like nothing, right? But if we put a 1, you can see how it appears. If you start lowering the number, maybe 0.4, you can see it slowly vanishing. But that is not the effect that we want. We don't want the whole symbol to vanish. We want it to appear from the core to those triangle wings that it has, right? And that is exactly why this power node helps us, because if you start lowering it, how can we preview it? Okay, if you start lowering it, let's say 0.2, you can see it on this preview window that it is just overpowering everything. If you put 2 or maybe 3, the circle is started to grow smaller, right? So this is exactly what we need to fake the illusion that something is growing or shrinking. And that is why you can't just do it with a multiply. I hope that makes some sense for you. So what we have here and what we're going to do in the next tutorial is it's going to be a really short one. We're just going to hook it up on a particle system, and with dynamic parameters you're going to be able to notice or to learn how you can control this on your own effect, right? So yeah, this is the end of the video. A quick recap. I'm trying to explain it better little by little. Again, our emissive texture, which is this green one, and which is ending on this A node, is being multiplied by the B node, which is this gradient with a noise. So a multiply is a combination of both nodes, right? Of A, which is this, and B. I don't think you can see my cursor again. Come on. Okay, so yeah, they're being multiplied. And if you alter one of them, you can create this effect, right? That it appears or disappears. Well, I hope that you learned from this. On the next one, we're gonna implement it on Cascade, and it's gonna be fun for sure. So I'll see you on the next one.